Hi, I'm Roger Cox. At least for those of you that know me, my name is Roger Cox. And actually, I guess even if you don't know me, my name is still Roger Cox. That's an old joke, but I still get a lot of mileage out of it. I hope it doesn't turn you off too much, but that's just kind of the way I am. But I'm Roger Cox. You heard me say that twice already, and I have the blog at rogercox.net. How many of you have experienced this when someone actually asks you, what do you do, or what's your business? So many of us have the tendency to think, all right, this is a green light. I can give the whole presentation. I can talk about how my my company is the #1 in the universe, that it's earned all these awards. Our CEO has 16 different advanced degrees in nuclear biology, ecology. We've won these awards. Our products are comparable to none. They've got all these patents. We do that, don't we? And I still do that once in a while. I'm going to talk about a couple experiences. One of them is one that it's not my experience, it's one I read about just this morning. And the other experience is one that actually happened to me yesterday and the day before. And so we're going to talk about that. The first experience, the one I read about, he's a well-known network marketer. And he was in a coffee shop or something, and he was Skyping or doing the mobile visual thing with his iPad or with his device, whatever it was, and talking to someone. And the person he was talking to had a friend who kind of wandered into the picture. And the other lady told this guy, says, "You need to talk to her. She does not drink enough water. You need to explain to her why she needs to drink more water." And so this guy, he's on the spur of the moment. He put on the hot spot. He's got to convince this woman why she should drink more water. And there's all kinds of things he could have said. He could have gone into all the benefits of drinking water, and there's many benefits of drinking water. And you know what he did? What he did was he kind of quickly sized her up as best he could, in the 30 seconds that he had, and over the video portion of the transmission they were doing, and he concentrated on one thing. Instead of explaining all the reasons why you should drink water, he picked one reason, and he went with that. It's kind of the focused, aimed attempt rather than the shotgun approach where we just spew out a bunch of stuff and hope one of them hits. He picked one, and what he picked was that water makes you bloated. You bloat up when you have water, and that he talked about that, and that hit her hot button, and that's what did it for her. In my case, in my experience, what I do for 2 days a week is I drive people around, kind of like a shuttle service, and I get an opportunity to talk to people. And quite often they ask me, what do you do? And I tell them, I do this 2 days a week, and the other 5 days I got my own home business. And of course, a lot of times they ask, well, what's your home business? And a lot of times that could be the signal for me to go off on them and say, oh, my product is the best thing in the world. It's got all of these things, and it's the CEO is he's a saint and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of times we do that, don't we? We just kind of overwhelm our prospect with all this stuff, and that all they really wanted to know was, what do you do? So what I did, which was a little different, and what I would recommend maybe that we do more of, is that instead of talking about the 20, 40, 50 products that I could have talked about that's in my company, and to try to explain them all and just overwhelm him, I picked one. I just off the top of my head, I took one of my products that my customers really like, and this is what I said to him. I said, I market a product that helps people with sore and achy knees. And if you know anybody that has sore and achy knees, you need to send them my way. And then I went on and I just really quickly said, and I also teach network marketers how to market online without being spammy and without doing a lot of hype. And what he said to me, the first thing he said when I got done saying that was, he says, I have sore and achy knees. So I hit his hot button. I hit the one thing that he was concerned about, rather than overwhelming him with weight loss, all the things I could have talked to him about. I picked one, and it just so happened that I hit the target. That was the one thing that he was concerned about, was his sore and achy knees. And so I went on to tell him, how my product, 80% of the people that use it like it well enough that they come back and they order more. And there's another 20% that doesn't seem to help them too much, because they have other things going on with their knee structure or whatever. But he was intrigued. He had sore and achy knees. So we talked a little bit. That gave me a focus. And so I talked to him a little bit about, how long his knees have been aching, whether they seem to ache more when he exercises or when he doesn't exercise, whether he still thinks he still has some cartilage left in him or not. So there's all kinds of things you can talk to someone about their particular condition. Whatever's going on with them. You zero in, you narrow in on what they need. And when we were all done, I told him, this product, it may or may not help you. It helps about 80% of the people that I talk to. And I asked him, would you be interested? And he says, yes, I'd be very interested. So I told him I couldn't get back to him right away. So I told him I'd get back to him in the evening of the next day. And so I did, which would have been last night. Okay. So he doesn't have a computer. He doesn't have email, or he doesn't have a smartphone. He doesn't have any of that. He's not electronic at all. So I called him on the phone, and I kind of briefly, we talked about what we talked about the day before, about his particular needs. And I talked to him about the fact that if you try the product, it may work, it may not, but it's a cheap experiment compared to some of the medical things that you might do to get rid of your sore and achy knees. And it says, would you be willing to try a month's supply, to see if it's going to work for you? Because you'll know within a month whether it's going to work or not. And he agreed to that. So since he doesn't have a computer, I popped up my computer, and I went to my page on my company's website where you can order stuff. And he gave me his information over the phone. I put in his credit card number, and we got it ordered for him. Now, here's the interesting thing about this whole thing. Today is today. I talked to him yesterday, and still to this very moment, he has no idea what the name of the product is that he just bought. He has no idea who makes it. He has no idea where the product comes from. All he knows is that it might be a way to help him with his knees. He wasn't interested in how many patents this product has on it. He wasn't interested in whether it's been voted, number one in the top 50 or whatever. All he was concerned about, is it possible that it might help me? And that's really, isn't that what our customers are really concerned about? Is this going to help me? If it helps me, it doesn't matter whether it's got all this super duper stuff. And so he got the product. And if he likes it, then he might come back. He'll say, what makes this product different? Why is this working for me and others didn't? And then I can explain to him, why our product is so much better than anything else on the market. So the bottom line and the summary of all of this is, sometimes we as network marketers, when we're asked, about our product or our company, we tend to go into super salesy hypo mode, and we figure if the more information we can throw at them, the better chance that they're going to find something that they like and pick up on it and want to work with us. Whereas a better way might be to take a little more time and try to find out, what concerns them. What do they want? What do they don't want? And then, if you have something that will address their need, out of the multitude of products that you have, if you have the one product that will address his particular need, instead of mentioning all the other things that he has no concern about or doesn't care about at all, talk to him about what he needs. Talk to him about what he wants, and explain to him how your product might be able to help that and solve that problem. So that's all we need to do as network marketers. We don't need to hype everybody. We don't need to spam everybody. Just find a need, find out if they have a need, and then offer to address it, offer to solve it. And if they tune into that and that they can relate to that, you could have a user for life. And so that's my story, that's my experience, and I'm sticking to it. So I hope you have a great day. It's been a great day here. It's sun shining and makes my glasses dark again, which I apologize again for. But I'll be talking to you on another video. In the meantime, if you like my videos, you can go to rogercox.net, and you can see my blog where I have all my videos. If you like this particular one, you know what to do. They got the little thumbs, down there. They got the likes, and you can share the products or share my blog, and I'd really appreciate it if you'd do that. We'll be talking to you later on another video. Have a great day.